The heavy steel door slammed shut as my sister screamed that I had murdered our father by withholding his heart medication to inherit the family estate alone. Every relative in the marble foyer recoiled in horror as she waved a forged medical report in my face while sobbing about my greed and my cold heart. She shrieked that I was a monster who traded a life for a bank account while our cousin spat on the ground at my feet. They did not know that our father had died penniless after she drained his accounts to cover her failed offshore investments, and I had spent 3 years working double shifts in a warehouse just to keep him in that luxury care facility without him ever knowing he was broke. I stood there in my cheap thrift store suit while she sparkled in diamonds I knew were bought with the last of his stolen pension. The crowd began to chant for the police to take me away as my sister smirked behind her silk handkerchief, savoring my total destruction in front of the elite. I felt the ice in my veins turn to fire as I watched the person I protected for a decade turn the entire world against me with a single calculated deception. She leaned in close to whisper that nobody would ever believe a failure like me over the golden child of the city. My hand gripped the burner phone in my pocket, which contained the recordings of her begging me to hide her embezzlement just 1 month ago. Every guest leaned forward with hungry eyes waiting for me to break down and confess to a crime I never committed. The tension in the room was a physical weight pressing against my chest as I realized the mercy I showed her was the very weapon she used to slay my reputation. I pulled the small black device from my coat and hit the speaker button to let his voice from the grave reveal who truly emptied his veins for profit. The digital file began to play the sound of her own confession.